Hello friends, welcome to this YouTube video program. Today we'll discuss one of the important unit of your course, that is MES-016 Educational Research of MA Education Program of Indira Gandhi National Open University. MES-016, the course code and the course title is Educational Research, is one of the very important course, that is compulsory course of first year of MA education program. And friends, we have already discussed most of the important topics relating to this course in our YouTube video program. We have started our discussion from May 2020 onwards. In last 4-5 months, we have discussed most of the important content points and units of different courses of MA education program. And today I am going to discuss one of the very important unit of this course, that is that comes under block 2 of MES-016 course. Block 2 title is different types of studies in educational research. We have already discussed the experimental studies, historical studies. We have also discussed the philosophical studies. So today we will discuss that is included in Unit 5 of this block of the course of MES-016, that is descriptive research. So specifically we will discuss on different types of descriptive survey research in this program. So friends, you see, this is a very you can say common type of research, because mostly when we conduct a research, most of the studies are based upon the descriptive research method. Okay, so that's why the subsections or different types of descriptive survey studies we will discuss. So here you see in your course material that has been provided to you in Unit 5, you will get in the content point of 5.4, you see 7 types of descriptive survey studies have been mentioned. First is the census survey, second is sample survey, then third is the cross-sectional survey, then next is longitudinal survey, then the further one is the comparative survey, then evaluative survey and documentary survey. So friends, these 7 types of descriptive survey studies we will discuss in this program. It is not possible to discuss with detail all the types of descriptive survey studies, because if I will discuss census survey, it takes hours together. If I will discuss the sample survey, it also takes much time. So we will just discuss the concept of different types of descriptive study, and here we will discuss it in 2 different videos. In first video we will discuss census survey, sample survey, cross-sectional survey and longitudinal survey. In our second program we will discuss comparative survey, evaluative survey and documentary survey. So friends, now let us focus upon the concept of a census survey. What is called as a census survey, and what type of study we conduct in census survey. So friends, when we talk about census survey, you see census means the entire group of the population. Okay, it means census survey means gathering pertinent information about all the units of the population, that is, you can say maybe people, maybe institutions, maybe householders, etc. So many a time you must have observed that many studies that has been conducted taking the entire group of population. Okay, just like you can take the example of the census survey which is conducted in India in every 10 years. Okay, so in next year, in 2021, we will have another census survey. The process has already been started, And you see in 2021 already the census survey has been conducted. So here in 2011 the last census survey, and the coming, which is going to be held in the next year, 2021 census survey, you will find in this census survey, which is conducted once in every one decade, every 10 years, you will find all the householders are involved in this census survey. And in this census survey you will find that the data that has been included, that is you can say that the minutely data are included in the census survey, but definitely the surface level of data to get the demographic picture of the population, to get you can say the size of the population at different age group, population in gender, at the same time the resources that has been used by the householders, their economic condition, okay, per capita income, and so all such things, their economic standard, their social standard, their educational standard, so all such things are included in a census survey. And census survey is not only focused upon the householders, it also focused upon the institutions and the people. Okay, so we are conducting a study that is relating to Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, may be relating to Rashtriya Madhyamik Shiksha Abhiyan, which is presently merged with the Samagra Shiksha scheme. Okay, Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, then your Rashtriya Madhyamik Shiksha Abhiyan, as well as the teacher education is now the part of Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan. But here, when we talk about education for all, the concept of education for all, and the concept of, you can say, the scheme of midday meal, so you see many a time we can take a decision that the entire group of the population can be or may be the subject of our study, to get a very clear result, you can say. So friends, when you touch upon each and every individual, each and every subject of the population, the result that you will get, definitely will get a very good result. So that's why, keeping in consideration of all such things, a census survey may be conducted. And here definitely I will say that the results or the findings that you will get from a census survey is definitely better than any sample survey and other types of research, because here what you are doing, you are not giving any chance factor, you are not giving you are not providing any types of sampling here. So what you will do, let the size of the sample is population is 1000, then you have to collect data from the entire group of 1000. Just I was talking about the population or the householders of the entire country. So here when we talk about the householders, it means you have to include each and every family of this country. So when we talk about census survey, so definitely you are going to include each and every individual of the population. And when you are including each and every individual, each and every subjects of the population, then the results and the findings that you will get, definitely a valid result you will get, a reliable result you will get, because you are not studying a section of the population, rather you are studying the entire section of the population. And such type of study we also conduct in education. So that's why census survey is one type of descriptive study. Then further, the second type of descriptive study, that's called as the sample survey. So in sample survey, what you will do, you see many a time when we conduct an educational research, may be relating to school, may be relating to students, may be relating to college, may be related to different institutions, may be related to teachers, may be related to community members, okay, may be related to parents. So many a time you must have observed that this is not possible to include each and every subject unit, each and every individual of the study. So in such cases, what you can do, you can go for a sample survey. In a sample survey, what you have to do, you have to list out the population first. Let the size of the population is 1000. Okay, you have already list out the population, you have counted and you have make a list of it. So what you will do, because of the paucity of the time, because of reduced cost, because of you can say conducting the study or bringing speediness of your study, then what you can do, you can take an adequate percentage, a representative percentage of the population for your study, maybe 10%, maybe 20%. Okay, so if you are taking 10% of the population, if the size of population is 1000, then you can take 100. 10% of 1000 is 100. Okay, so if you have decided that you have to take 20% of the population, if the size of the population is 1000, then 20% of 1000 is 200. So here what you have to do, keeping in consideration of the percentage of the population in your sample, then you have to concentrate your study on that group of sample, on that group of subject. Just like if it is 10%, if the population is 1000, then you have to conduct your study upon 100 sample. Okay, if it is 20%, then on 200 sample. And here also you can generalize the result because you are taking an adequate number of sample. But here let me to say that the size of the sample is determined keeping in consideration of the size of the population. You see, in a descriptive study, mostly what happens, that many a time you will find that the size of population is large. If the size of the population is in lakhs, let in 50,000, 70, 80,000. So here taking 100, 30, 50 as size of the sample, you cannot do a study because further you have to generalize the result. Okay, so that's why taking an adequate number of population for conducting your study. Okay, so you have to consider that, you have to understand that if it is a descriptive study, what percentage of the population should be included in the sample. Okay, so you will find in many research books this has been mentioned that this is considered that 30 is a large sample. So this is in context of an experimental research. Okay, but in connection to a descriptive study, the size of the sample should be a representative one, should be adequate one, because the result that you will get, the findings and the results will further applicable with the population. So that's why in a sample survey, when you are conducting this survey in a school, okay, upon the students, then you have to understand that what is the size of the population, what is the size of the students, then accordingly how many students you will select for your study. Some of the examples I may give in this discussion, that attitude of parents towards midday meal scheme in primary school. So when you are going to study attitude of the parents, then how many parents you will include in your study. Then causes of dropouts among distance learner as perceived by teachers, as perceived by the teachers, then how many teachers you will take here. Attitude of university students towards information and communication technology based education, or attitude of university students towards online education. Okay, so towards you can say online education which is being provided through the Swayam platform. So that also you can consider, and you can find out that what will be the size of the students. Then teaching competencies of primary school teachers, secondary school teachers. Okay, physical facilities of primary schools in backward districts of different states. That also you can understand. I'm just giving few examples. So keeping in consideration of the nature of the study and size of the population, you can take a decision that what should be the size of the sample, because after all the findings of your study will represent the population. Then the third type of descriptive study, that is called as the cross-sectional survey. Okay, you see, cross-sectional survey can be understood as a kind of sample survey where standardized information is gathered from a sample drawn from a cross section of a predetermined population at one point of time. Okay, so here what you are taking, what you are doing, you are just conducting a study, or you are just studying a problem to know its status at the same time, at the present time. But what you are doing, you are including a subject, or you are including sample from different sections. That's why it's called as cross section. Okay, so here what you can do, let you are studying a problem relating to let midday meal scheme, relating to students achievement, you can say. Okay, so you see, the academic achievement of the students or the academic performance of the students, you will find that though it is related to students, but at the same time this problem is also related to students, teachers, this is also related to parents. Okay, curriculum. So what you can do, you can here take subjects from different sections. You are taking certain students, you are taking parents, you are taking teachers. So you can take an interview of the teachers, you can take an interview of the students, at the same time parents also, how the parental guidance is given to the students, because directly or indirectly this is also one of the factor for better achievement of the students. Then further, you can also make student as a subject, because they are the direct stakeholder, because you have to observe whether the students are doing their work or not. Okay, whatever is being taught in the school, whether the students are practicing it or not. Then you can also ask to the teachers about the performance of the students in the class, because every day you will find that teacher deals the students. So that's why, keeping in consideration of the nature of the problem, what you can do, you can select subjects from different sections, just like your teacher, students, at the same time parents. You can also take the example of taking students at different levels, just like the primary students from the primary class, students from the secondary section, students from the senior secondary sections, and now it is, you will find that the foundational stage, preparatory stage, middle stage, middle stage, and secondary stage. So when you are studying a particular problem, you can say particular problem of the students at a different level. Okay, just like for example, in an academic assessment study, the researcher explores the need of secondary and higher secondary students towards pursuing various kinds of academic programs. Data may be gathered through questionnaires or interview techniques. Data may be analyzed descriptively, highlighting the degree of different academic needs of students background wise at the secondary and higher level. So accordingly, when you are collecting data from different section of the population, just like your two sections, that is secondary and senior secondary, accordingly you can take data in a single variable study, just like for academic assessment study. You can take from foundational stage, you can take from preparatory, and from middle, as well as from the secondary stage. So you can conduct a cross-sectional survey taking the single variable, and you can also conduct the study taking from two or more variables. Okay, so you can also conduct your study in two variables. Okay, it may be more than two variables also. For example, you may be interested in exploring the relationship between achievement and academic interest of students at different stages of education. So here you see, I'm just saying relationship between achievement and academic interest. So I'm taking here two variables. What are the association, what are the relationship between achievement and academic interest? Okay, so here you can take different section of the students, maybe secondary, maybe senior secondary, and variable is here two. One is academic achievement and other is the academic interest. So accordingly you can also take more than two variables also. So in this way you can study a cross-sectional study. Then further again we can study the longitudinal survey. In a longitudinal survey, you see the term that has been used, that is longitudinal. It means you have to continue this study for long period of time upon a single group of subject, you can say. Let your studying, let the trend studies or the panel studies or the cohort studies. So what you have to do, you have to select a group of population first. Let you want to know the practices of any tribal group or any section of this society. So what you have to do, you have to study that society in different context, okay, in different aspects for a long period of time, okay, for a long period of time. It may be for 10 years, it may be for 2 decades, for 20 years, to know the exact development of that section, exact development of that problem. So friends, we can conduct a longitudinal study, we can conduct a cross-sectional study, we can conduct a census survey, we can conduct a sample survey. So in this program we have discussed 4 types of descriptive study, and in our next program we will discuss another types of descriptive study, that is the evaluative study, documentary study. Okay. Thank you.